Now let's talk about lesson 2, which is grammar reported questions. Okay, look at your books. Question 1, underline the verbs. What do you notice about the word order and tenses? Here you have the answers. Number 1 is done in the student's book, or where. Number 2, have, had. Number 3, is, was. Number 4 is, was. Okay, now what do you notice? That have in the present simple became had in the past simple. Is present was past. Is present was past. Okay, let's watch this video.
Reported questions, yes or no questions. In this case, use asked if or wanted to know if in the reported question. Direct, are you coming to the party? Reported, he asked if I was coming to the party. Direct, has John arrived yet? Reported, she wanted to know if John had arrived yet. In reported yes or no questions, we don't use the auxiliary verbs do, does, or did. For example, direct, do you like tomatoes? Reported, she asked if I liked tomatoes, or she asked if I liked tomatoes. Direct, did you have a nice trip? In the reported question, we don't use the auxiliary verb did. They wanted to know if I had a nice trip. To report other questions that are not yes or no questions, we use asked and wanted to know with no auxiliary verbs do, does, or did. For example, direct, what time do you start work? Reported, he asked what time I start work. There is no auxiliary verb do in the reported question. Direct, where did Sarah buy her car? Reported, he wanted to know where Sarah had bought her car. Again, there is no auxiliary verb did in the reported question. In reported questions with the verb be, the word order changes. For example, direct, where is she from? Reported, he asked where she was from. You can see the word order changes. Is she becomes she was in the reported question. Here's another example. Direct, how are you feeling? Reported, she wanted to know how I was feeling. The word order changes from the direct to the reported question. Thanks for watching.
So as we watched, we change the tense and the order in the reported question. Okay? Here you have the grammar box. Reported questions. Reported questions follow the same rules as reported statement. The tense changes to one step back into the past. The pronouns change according to the meaning, and we put the subject before the verb. What is your name? Asked Selma. Selma asked me what my name was. So we changed the tense, is became was, and the order is your name became my name was. For yes no questions, we use if after the verb ask. Are you an astronomer? The students asked the professor. The students asked the professor if she was an astronomer. We can also use question words after the verb ask and the object. Why are telescopes expensive? Asked Lena. Lena asked why telescopes were expensive. What are you doing? I asked Rufaida. I asked Rufaida what she was doing. Reporting verbs include wonder, ask, want to know, etc. So here we have report these questions. Number 1 is done. Do you like reading, Taha? Asked the teacher. The teacher asked Taha if he liked reading. Number 2, Hania asked when is the next bus leaving? Number 3, will you finish your homework before dinner? Karim asked his sister. Number 4, how long does it take you to get to school? Warda asked me. Let's see the answers. Here you have the answers. Number 2, Hania asked when the next bus was leaving. Karim asked his sister if she would help him with his work or homework. 4, Warda asked me how long it took me to get to school. Thanks for listening to lesson 2 and wait lesson 3.